tiki bushes. But we are here. I guess I make sure my air horn is properly primed. Don't want to mess that up. When the cue is called, I'm going to be here. I'm going to fire off the horn. Aloha, Jovial Juggler. Aloha, Ryan. Aloha, Callie Debs. Steve Ash. Who is this spam banshee? What does that even mean? Aloha.
I don't.
What? You're fine.
Sound?
You're fine. Aloha, Curious Collection was Anissa, aloha. Cornhusker Picker, Short Cryptic Tales, B Nudes, and WDF live from Germany. And this is how we really feel. Yeah, we had a little wine yesterday, but we're fine. Nothing happened. I woke up a little late today, around 5:30 a.m. And I woke up to a whole bunch of sales. I don't know what's going on. I feel like I'm working too hard. I was kidding. I'm kidding, Jeannie. eBay, don't listen to me. Totally teasing. I'm happy to be burnt from work. I'm very happy to be burnt from work. But I will tell you, as a spoiled person, an official spoiled person, that thought does come to my mind. I'm like, come on. I liked it better when we weren't shipping anything, because I could just sit here and go grumble. But yeah, so we did. So yesterday we sold two Apple monitors. We're out of those for right now. And then this morning we woke up and we're just selling like broken CD players. And I mean, not tons of money for those, but I mean, stuff is flying out, and I just don't know what else to say about that.
I
don't know what else to say.
Ryan woke up to someone that bought 83 cards.
See?
That's awesome, Ryan. $600. What a great way to start.
Not only
the
is
day.
that awesome, but now you don't have the liability. It's the same liability. You don't have the liability of cards. Because will they go down in price? Will they go up in price? You don't know. But right now and forever, always, those are going to be worth $600 to you, which is so awesome. How everybody else doing good? Basket Noodle says some good sales for 48 hours. So, I got to think it's not just us. I mean, yeah. We're working super duper hard, super smart.
Well,
tracking down.
In Monday's show, almost everyone in the chat was saying that they had pretty decent weekend.
Yeah. Is it still continuing? Because ours is through the week. And we haven't noticed, yes, we've noticed a slowdown from our series of $500 days, but only because those are on the weekend, and that's when our hot sales are on the weekend. So it's slowed down a little bit, but not really. I don't know. Kind of crazy.
Basket Noodle, yeah. Aloha, Steve Vash, Callie Debs, Jovial, Short Cryptic Tales, B Nudes, WTF, Mike Seller.
You remember me reading all their names, though, right? I just want to make sure you don't have to go to the hospital. You're okay, right? Are you leaning against me?
I'm not.
Are you leaning away from me?
I'm not listening to you.
Don't rub me. Don't rub my back. Jerk. Are you so hungry you're actually eating these two?
No.
Oh. Folks.
Do you want some?
I'm really hungry. Where's the other bag with the softer ones in it?
Right here.
They have human grade.
I don't know.
We're feeding it to our dog. It's not human grade. I mean, quite frankly, they sell these in the grocery store.
I mean, they say to make sure to wash your hands after touching them, so I don't know
they say
how
to
great they
wash
are.
your hands after touching the dog treats?
I think so.
That can't be right.
Mm-hmm.
It's beef, brown sugar, salt, natural smoke flavor. What's that? They just sit there and some dude's just blowing Marlboros into it?
Not for human consumption.
Apple cider vinegar, mixed tocopherols. Tocopherols? Isn't it tocopherols? That doesn't sound right.
These are made in New Zealand.
Oh, that's the problem. They have real good beef down in New Zealand, I hear. Australia and New Zealand are big on beef. I'm sorry, bae. Did I just pull out a treat, play with it for a few minutes, and then put it back in the bag? And you're like, no, that's not how you do treats, Dad. Here you go, bae.
No, it doesn't. I swear.
Here, bae.
It used to say wash your hands, but
that would be crazy bad.
yeah.
WTF doesn't wash his hand. We touch the dog. No, dogs don't have any. Just because the dog is a complete circle and its nose fits in its butthole does not mean that a dog's mouth is dirty. At least judging by the way we kiss him on his head, because that's what happens around here. Jen is noticing sales are up quite a bit in the last 30 days, but this week is a little slow. Well, I'm glad that at least you're just experiencing some goodness in the August, which really makes me really excited about Q4 right now. But I guess we just have to have stuff. Gotta have the right stuff to sell. Definitely have to have the right stuff to sell. You know what is interesting, and I noticed this yesterday after we had our members live, where we actually were outside of our house, right outside this door, doing a members live for like an hour and a half. And I was thinking about how 2 weeks ago, so things were feeling a little sketchy, not way back in May. That was real sketchy. Then we kind of corrected it, and then things started kind of falter a little bit too again. And then we took some action, and bam, our media store just blew up, just like exploded. And I remember James saying that he was also having, this is in the past couple weeks, media. So media store dead, other 2 stores blowing up. Like not even one thing going out of the media store over this weekend, while the previous weekends were literally dozens of things. So that's interesting. I just thought of that.
Well, you remember way back months ago, people were suggesting that maybe
way back
eBay, even though you have separate stores, it still looks at as you as one seller, and so they still will only allow you to have a certain amount of sales.
We don't really know that to be true.
No, we don't.
And I still think they might not, even though it's totally legit. I didn't do anything weird or anything. I'm not positive they're, because we used a different phone, are they connecting our newest store with our other 2 stores?
Aloha.
Aloha. Oh, okay. So Motorcycle Dorothy is saying, I'm sorry, I missed that, Cornhusker. No, I don't necessarily think you're the odd man out. If anything, there might be for sure, maybe. This is a for sure, maybe lighthouse effect,
Yeah, I'm guessing.
Because we're just in the sun. And when we're in the sun, we wiggle and we squiggle and we jump around and act like we're having a good time. Because when you're in the shade, it's like, oh, this is not fun. Somebody come give me a back rub. Right, Pokes. You know how it is.
Pokey feels bad.
You know how it is, Pokes. But I do know that we just went out for a quick run yesterday. Yesterday I went out and I did thrift stores. And I didn't buy those crappy masks. If you were on our live yesterday, the members live, I said I didn't go buy these masks. So this morning, we got up and went and bought these crappy masks. They're not really worth that much. But where are they? We'll show them to you. These are what I saw yesterday and did not purchase. But then I obsessed about them as I was sleeping. Flat Brain. What's his name? Flat Brain. But what's interesting about these, so this is old lady with a mustache, I think.
Why is it not an old lady? Oh, because it's like a bun?
I think, isn't it?
Why wouldn't it be an old man?
Because he's a mustache. Or is this a turban? I don't know.
Oh.
Anyway, it's this guy right here, and it is 1981 copyright.
Aloha, Freya.
Caesar.
Dragu. Aloha.
CESAR. CESAR masks. And then this one's scarier, much more better for the scariness. And what is cool about these masks are that they're not latex. So they're made out of vinyl. And the vinyl, the way you tell is that on the inside of the vinyl, at least, it's really shiny. And for sure, latex masks from 1991 are going to be crinkle, ripping, dried out, brittle, a mess. So latex maxes last a lot longer. That's what I know. Thank you. But I did want to look it up because I didn't spell Caesar right. It's SESAR mask. And I found that exact mask sold for $15. So it for sure is not worth a lot. Oh, look at that. Whoa, look at that guy. Wow, look at those people. They're all crazy. Now let me take a look at actual sold.
Would you mind handing me his treats? He's going to keep on yapping.
He's going to squeak on, squeaking on. That's how he rolled. Okay, so I could share this with you, Mabes.
Oh, look, is that Max Headroom? Neat.
So this is the brand that we say. So I guess, we're boloing all over Halloween masks. If we see them, we're investigating. And then we go Chrome. And then we go Terapeak Chronic Research Caesar mask. No! That's Caesar from the monkey Caesar. Okay, so here we go. And you can see they do have, here's Max Headroom by that company. I actually really have to have that now, but I know that's there. Queen Elizabeth. You got your Mick Jagger, Baba Booey, perhaps. You could probably use it for that thing. I remember this Marilyn Monroe mask, actually. It's super 80s. And then you have the mask from The Mask. Then you have Jim Croce. No, it's Groucho Marx, but it could be Jim Croce. Then I remember these masks that were just gross.
Just it is. It's a hunch.
It's really bad and gross. Yeah, I don't know. Maybe these are okay.
Huh.
I mean, we'll probably get. I found the exact one that was spelled wrong. So I spelled Caesar CEASER or something, and there was that exact mask, and it was $15. But if you spell it right, it might be worth more.
Which one? The old
man? Yeah.
Oh, okay.
So, but let me just look that up. Let me just look up Caesar mask. Old man.
Hey, Mike.
Mustache.
Mike Gerdez.
Aloha, Mike.
Michelle Kirkpatrick. Axe Monkey. Aloha, everyone.
We're just checking out these masks we went to go get this morning.
So in yesterday's member video, Primo mentioned how he had gone to a restore and there was a mask. And he's like, oh, I didn't get it, though. The mustache was falling off, but it was only $2. And
it was actually only $1.
Oh, $1. And he's like, why didn't I get it? It was only $1. And so we went there this morning.
$1. I couldn't sleep all night. Oh, my gosh, look at the two guys from the Muppets.
Oh, those are awesome.
Oh, we need those. Statler and Waldorf. Well, I don't find the exact one, but they're traveling in the 35 for this. Whatever happened to him? He woke up on the wrong side of the bed.
Painted the nose
with some. Yeah, I don't know. He's kind of a hobo. Just traveling the rails by choice. Caesar. Oh, Caesar.
Hey, lag.
Caesar mask, and then I want to do monkey. It's not really. It's like a baboon, but let's start with monkey.
Cornhusker was saying, "I don't need the lighthouse. I would settle for a flashlight at this point."
I know, guys. I know, and we know we know some people are having a really hard time, and the only thing that changed our outlook was a rededication. That's the only way I can put it. We rededicated ourselves like we were hadn't been building this business for 25 years. We're just like, well, I guess we just got to go get our hands dirty, pull crap out, do the thing that got us here. And because for whatever reason, it really slips your mind to, you feel like, you've had this. It's almost like it's not entitlement because you built it yourself. But I feel like eBay should perform a certain way. And we know that changed. And the only way to get us anywhere close to feeling was just to tear it down and build it back up in the likeness. Why do I smell bacon?
It's his treat. You want to go big?
I'm gonna eat a little bit of his biscuit. It's quite sweet.
Yeah. I think that's why he likes these treats, is because they have brown sugar in them. He has a sweet tooth.
These are not monkey. We want to call him a baboon, right?
Or a chimpanzee.
Well, he was kind of like I didn't spell baboon right, did I? Baboon. I did. Caesar mask ape.
Callie Debs is saying all of her sales are coming from Etsy this week. WTF. The book project, it's just moving.
Our book project?
Yeah, we haven't made a ton of progress because we've been working on all of these.
I don't make excuses, WTF.
Cinema lenses.
Go ahead.
So go get like a whole bunch of boxes of books then.
No, I don't want to do it yet.
And then you can photograph
No,
them.
I don't want to do it till they have it. I mean, we're going to do it by the end of the year, but I don't want to do it until List Perfectly has that, so I can arrange that. Because List Perfectly, right? List Perfectly listed our books perfectly, except I just couldn't arrange the titles and the definitions. The descriptions in the format. I couldn't format the titles and descriptions the way I wanted, and they have assured me that is coming. So that's sort of what I'm waiting for, because I need to get a workflow on things like that, and I'm not just going to go get 20 books and then have you go do 20 books and then go do Briar Horses and E.T. fingers. E.T. actually had gloves.
So Josh Motorcycle Dork is asking, are the sales you're getting mostly newly listed items? And
Ouch.
it is. It is newly listed, but it seems like it's stimulating the accounts, so then some other
We're selling
stuff is listing
deep cuts too.
or selling as well that wasn't newly listed.
But we are listing, so
Discount.
I would say okay, so here's what I attribute to, or here's what I can attribute to, like, from the past year from eBay YouTubers. So we've got Carl's Green Wave. So I think we're riding a green wave because so the lenses, we put in a lot of good items for their individual categories. So we put in top tiered items per category. So if we put in lenses, so lenses in general are a really good category. And then if you have very specific photographic lenses, which can be worth thousands of dollars, that's the top tier. But the second top tier are these projection lenses, which are a little more like hardcore, like they're, I don't know if you call it experimenting, but like Japanese love them a lot. There's like people who use actual film cameras still to make art. That's who's buying these lenses. And so these lenses, you would think after their life would be not have much value, and they're like in the $300 department. So we hit a vein of those, and so we're kind of riding a green wave on those. And then that pulled,
Hey, Texas Bandit, aloha.
our other store was Apple monitors, which were kind of flying. Like if I put one up, it stays there for 2 days and sells. So we used the green wave principle to put some real tender items into our accounts to force people to buy them. And then we had enough of them to keep that trend going for a little bit. And that seems to create that green wave where it pulls some of the other crap that's been there forever into people's
Seems
pockets.
to. And some of it also is repeat customers. So
Yeah, repeat customers.
So having all of the Apple stuff, the computer monitors listed, I saw that the second one we sold today said repeat buyer.
Yeah, from over a year ago.
And
So it's like an old repeat
the
buyer.
lenses, we have people saying, well, are you putting up more? Asking more questions about the ones that we have yet to get up. And although the higher value ones are all up at this point. So,
But we got a bunch.
Yeah.
And we have a whole bunch of them.
but yeah, we're farting around on the books for sure. WTF. Definitely. Fart.
Miss Lachey resells gave us a line on a whole bunch of about a half a dozen eBay book resellers to see how they set up their accounts, and they do it differently. But no, we'll be there by the end of the year. So basically right now I've got to do I'm doing this other scanning project, which has nothing to do with eBay. And I need to get done with that too, so that we can just have too many scanners going at once. That's not fun either. So, and when we go back to books and records, we're going to do that all in the fall. And it's going to be sort of just all we're going to do. Just books and records. And
I thought we determined that scanning the books wouldn't work really, because you need to get like the spine and.
Well, we can do 40. We know we can do 45 records because
Yeah.
that doesn't have a spine. We're pretty sure we can do regular records, even though they have a spine. We can just whatever. Maybe we take one picture of it without. And books are the same thing. You can go pop, pop, pop on the scanner bed and get good, solid, for sure pictures. So you don't have to take 10 of them. Anyway, you're lessening your burden, even if you scan the front, back, open, and then all you have to do is take a spine shot.
Yeah.
So that will happen. WTF, thank you for keeping on track of us.
Yeah.
I will give you a date of we will start doing that just after the beginning of Q4. So we'll be working now for the next 6 weeks, just bulk getting hard goods onto eBay. And then in the fall, we will start doing that. I'll continue probably doing some hard goods, get her set up on doing the books and records. And then once it gets cold and we don't go outside much, then we'll just do books and records.
You want to
Yes.
look at
What?
the chat?
Let's look at the chats. You know what's so great is that today I was a little anxious today because we were running around and I was like, I don't want to be late for the show and piss off WTF. And then when I got home and we only had a few minutes, and then I plugged in my phone, the camera that had the old NDI app. Anyways, I had to update all the software in the phone.
We're always late, but that's why we were even
extra late today.
So sorry about that.
But then when I don't apologize.
Huh?
I don't apologize to
I do.
WTF. You can't though. So what is awesome is that as soon as we sit down and start talking, it's a relief because I know I'm here with friends and we're all finally made it to the
Patricia,
thing that I saw. But
aloha.
Patricia's here.
And yeah, WTF. I actually, he's saying I can understand the farting around. It's always more difficult when you have stuff you don't want to deal with. But I actually really like the books. They make me really happy especially when they're unique looking to me. Not necessarily worth a ton of money, but they seem really unique. So they get me excited, and I like them a lot. I think part of it too is like they're off site, so it's sort of out of sight, out of mind, and focusing on the massive pile we have here.
And the pile here is starting it's going down, and then all of a sudden you've taken like one striation off the top, one like mineral layer. So we can actually see outside more from different angles of the house. It's nice. Don't you agree?
You know,
Motorcycle was saying that he's having more problems with the stupid duplicate shipping business policies. Now, I did find another way that I made it happen just recently. So here's one way I made it happen. Tell me if this doesn't help, but we did it because I changed our $5. I went in and changed our listings that are current and active. I changed $5 shipping in our business policies to $4.99 because I saw James doing $4.99, and I'm like, I'm just going to take off a penny and see if that makes a difference because it might. Who knows? Psychology. So I went in there and did that. It changed all of the items that were currently listed. No problems, nothing weird. But I had about 50 items in our draft bank, and those items had $5 shipping on them.
Oh, so that's
so when I bulk listed them, it listed them with a new made up bunch of number $5 shipping policy.
So
that's one way
that's
that it
not
can
surprising.
happen. It I found that it has to do, but it could do like if you had something relist itself. I'm not saying you've changed your shipping policy since you last listed that item, but maybe you did. Maybe you changed a business policy. So when you listed that item, even if it was a year ago, and then it sold last week, and then it sold on an old business policy, and then you returned it and it was relisted and that policy wasn't there anymore, and then it would create a new one. Maybe. I'm just shot in the dark.
But were you seeing it was a returned item and it was the relist it for free?
Yeah.
So if
you relisted it and you no longer have that business policy, it would create one.
I wonder, Josh, I wonder if it was one of those weird policies before. What a mess it is.
They're a zombie
Aloha,
policy.
Doug and Roe.
Doug and Roe in the house. Doug and Roe.
Stay perky.
High five for everybody.
Yay, WTF got a sale.
And it's not Monday or Friday, so it can't be flipping and easy. That's got to be us. That's right. Thank you. And it changed the hand. Oh, come
Thanks,
on.
Doug.
Everybody needs to pay us starting now. Major Win has set the tone. You're late,
it's okay.
we expect a bluey from you. Thank you.
Husty's
How's England? How are our English people? We love our English people.
I was just reading an article on
You guys are
USA Today or something.
great.
And it was talking about this guy that makes a ton of money on a website called, I think it was Just Answer. And if you know a lot about a specific topic, and I was thinking, ooh, motorcycle dork.
Hey, Ro.
Aloha. You could make a ton of money if you're sort of like an expert.
No.
You answer people's questions, and the more you answer them correctly, and you're nice, the more you're pushed to other people to answer their questions. And you get paid per question answered.
Major Win.
Wait, what is he doing?
Thanks for the blue.
Aloha. That's so
Roha. Motorcycle dork. Yeah.
Dentacar.
So within that, I can see how it could still create one for you. If you straightened out all of your business policies, but this return had a bogus business policy or an old business policy that no longer exists, and when it relisted, it couldn't match up a business policy, so it created a zombie one. And that could happen in your scenario here, because it says he cleaned out all of his policies a week ago. Okay, but that item was already sold at that point.
So it just came in and infected your crap.
And it infected your stuff with some B.
So yeah, that
BS.
is interesting with you changing. I noticed actually today when I listed some stuff in our media that the shipping was you changed it to $4.99, and something I listed, I selected the $4.99. But that makes sense that all the drafted stuff still said $5.
The $5 didn't have a matching.
If you didn't change
policy.
it, then it would have messed stuff up.
It just would make one extra policy and apply it to all those that had that $5.
Right. He's saying it did not have an old policy.
Okay.
So this system is just so wonky.
And that seems to be a really like a temperamental or vulnerable, the business policies seem to be. And what's interesting, it is most definitely the oldest piece of eBay that I see every day, or often. The business policies page, like the software used to lay out that page, whatever they use. I mean, I don't know what they're using, but the software used to make that web page is super, super old. Unlike all the new stuff that might, are in more modern languages, that stuff's hecka old.
Ryan, I'm happy to hear those 9 cases are finally closed. The guy returned the items, and then eBay sent a message saying that no feedback would be left and it would not affect his rating. So good. I'm glad to hear when people are actually getting support from eBay.
And now it's time
Marty
to
the
celebrate with
One!
tacos and Marty the One.
Dendakar was saying, working on my Nagasaki shuffle. Great past few days. eBay sent an iOS app update yesterday, and everything went back to shit.
Oh no!
Bulk offers show up as $0. Ooh.
We had a couple of weird things happen, but all in all, enjoying some good sales and wondering. James isn't here right now, but I know he was saying that he's been having some really consistent sales. Now James is an interesting case because an interesting case for sales cap. Like it's almost like he's too consistent now. Like he consistently can never go higher than a certain level, but he pretty much gets up to the... Anyway, that's a whole nother story that I'm sure James has spoken a lot about, and we'll speak about some more. We don't have to worry about that because we're nowhere close to anywhere where they'd put a cap on us, I wouldn't think, unless they're real jerks. But, hopefully we get up to there where we have to flirt with a cap. But that won't be over until over
So,
6
Dendakar,
digits.
do you use your mobile device to do most of your eBay stuff? Because we use mostly the desktop version to do almost everything, and then I will use the mobile to put the photos into the listings or the drafts, but everything else we pretty much do on desktop.
Josh, Motor Josh is saying that there was 2 updates over the weekend because the first one might not have worked probably, I'll bet. Were we looking at it this weekend and we noticed it changed right in the middle of us looking at it? Like it turned off? Like
No, I figured it out. So you can now view using the mobile app as though you're a seller or as a buyer. So when
mine
you're
still doesn't work that way.
Because you not updated.
Yeah,
yours?
I just updated all my stuff and it still gives me that little box where I have to click that box and it says start here.
Huh.
Yeah, I know, serious.
But yeah, so if you click it that you want to use it as a seller, then it allows you to do that item research and shows you actual sell-through rate,
where is
not like
Jeered?
500% sell-through rate, an actual real sell-through rate.
Is there somebody better than us on YouTube right now taking away all our awesome? Look at that. Why is sunny Las Vegas live right now?
Hey, Shauna.
We're going to go somewhere.
Aloha.
And
From
then,
Canada.
Again, I make sure when she wakes up for dinner, if she's going to work,
We
she'll have
are
food ready for her,
live
prepared,
right
ready to go.
now, too.
She comes downstairs and it was like, "What do you want?" It's ready, made.
I didn't really
go.
say aloha
Take care of
first.
the
I should've said
wifey
that.
because she works hard, and I work hard, but not
That's
the way
sunny
that
Las
she does.
Vegas. He's live.
So I try to make things.
Come say hi to- say hi to me.
pleasant
Say hi to
Callie
me.
Debs
I
is
love
asking,
doing that.
did
Like,
anyone
I
get an
love
eBay
washing
survey
dishes,
that
too. It's
was
a funny thing to say.
broken?
I'm a true homebody.
Were you able to get through it at
What's
all?
up, Primo, Kimo?
Yep.
How's it, brother?
How's it?
But when it comes to her,
We're doing
like,
some
there's
meta
a lot of
right
things
here.
that she is
Oh,
my
that's
pro.
crazy.
I love sunny Las Vegas, and
He's so cute and positive.
he is, and he's been. I guess he wasn't feeling too positive over the past few weeks, so he took some time off. So he's back. So I like to see him back.
Hey, Curious Collection.
Aloha, Will and Cinnamon. I got that right. That's
Yeah.
right. I know names.
So Dendakar was saying I use mobile to list and do my customer service stuff like offers and messages, and then I use the desktop for resets. And I'm moving inventory around, so changing custom SKU is easy on desktop. And yeah, you'll use mobile some to reply to messages.
Mostly messages. I do all the listing on the
And
desktop
sometimes you'll send offers.
and send offers.
Like in the middle of the night, when you wake up, both of us, we're always looking at our phones to see if there's any eBay
I've got that light
action.
thing that flashes.
Oh god, it's so
It
awful.
flashes all night
It's
long.
like,
It is annoying. but-
and Curious Collection is saying we have thought that the sellers are breaking AI search for buyers.
They did give me a opportunity to give some feedback, just a regular old little feedback thing on how I'm enjoying search or listing products and stuff. And I did say that I did not enjoy. I did tell them that I thought that the keyword spamming, whether this will do anything or not, probably nothing. But the keyword spamming that people do, that sellers do in that item specifics, has messed up search. I don't think eBay has broken search. I think just the item specifics were a bad launch. They're kind of a bad idea to give us so much ability. So I think what they did was they were like, we're going to build our own, and it's not really AI. It's just more just data. But they were like, I think eBay at one point 10 years ago was saying, we're going to do this point and shoot thing. You take a picture of it, we're just going to be able to list your item. Like what List Perfectly is actually creating and working on and releasing right now. I think that's what eBay originally wanted. And so we're going to just gather data from people doing their listings. We're going to get all this great data from people listings. No one's ever going to put in false data just to sell their objects. Why would they ever do that?
Well, it's clearly a huge
disaster
issue because even if you use the barcodes on items or ISBNs from books, which we've discussed.
How often does it work? Never.
It's never actually matching the item I have.
Or we'll bring up something with errors in it.
And I just realized I said Shauna, and I'm sure it's probably Shanna.
Where?
From Analt from Canada.
Aloha. How you doing?
Bonjour. What part of Canada?
No, it might be. You think Shanna? I think Shauna. Shanna. No, Shanna. Because it's Anna.
Right. I'm thinking
SH.
of Shanna.
Shanna.
I'm sorry if we're not pronouncing your name correctly. Husty's Emporium.
What would eBay break their own search engine when they want to charge you for outside ads? They're not breaking it. No. I just think that they were dumb the way they rolled it out and thought they trusted their sellers to do it for them, to build this whole search engine, to use these item specifics. Does anybody else use? By the way, just let me know this. Does any
Thanks
other?
for gifting a membership.
Oh, thank you so much. Who got it?
I don't know. It doesn't say yet.
Wayner Boy
69.
Wayner Boy 69.
Yay!
What a great name. Wayner Boy.
Nice to meet you.
Mike
Seller.
Thank
Thanks.
you. The lightning. That's hilarious.
Well,
we're just building our own lighthouse.
no, didn't somebody, I don't think it was you, but a while back, somebody, it was One Foot Flipper, I think, where he was showing how somebody was so terribly abusing the item specifics. They literally had hundreds that they typed in to all the different item specifics. And
does anybody else do that? So does Etsy allow you item specifics? Does
thank you, Ryan.
Intergalactic Microsystem has a free membership.
Wow.
Thanks to Ryan.
I haven't seen Intergalactic in a while.
Intergalactic Microsystems. I think people only get these if they're actually listening right now. I think.
I don't know how that works.
Because how would they know they got it? Like I feel like
they'll get an email.
Oh, they get an email.
Yeah, you get an email.
Does any other of the major platforms allow you to do item specifics? Asking for a friend. Because we haven't used enough of them to know, but I have listed on Etsy, and I'm not talking about. Aloha, Carl.
It's so nice to see you.
I understand the use of tags, and tags are good. Tags are great. I love tags, but the item specifics was fully opened. It was an open. It was designed for basically people to take advantage of it. So there was no way that it could be. No way people weren't going to take advantage of it. It just seems so dumb that they would have released it that way. They need to be in control of item specifics so that they are clean. Maybe. Does that make sense? Thank you. Shanna Banana. It's Shanna Banana.
Oh, okay. Thank you. Thanks. And from Toronto. Nice.
Aloha, A.
Morty the One sounds like somebody was trying to pull something.
Uh-oh. Saying the items were where and they loved them. Wait. Turns out it got to the P.O. box in Florida and no delivery scan. Instantly block on this buyer. And USPS still hasn't updated the scan yet. Oh, okay. I see. So somebody, but it got to the post office. Now I do know that if it doesn't get to the PO, but it ends at if it gets to the zip code, but does not get delivered to a street address or a PO box, but it does get to the zip code, eBay should theoretically decide in your favor in that
But
situation.
I'm just wondering, so is it because it's after the 30 days? That's why you blocked the person? Because it's not their fault, right? The buyer, they bought pins and they actually left positive feedback, but they said on day 31 that they still hadn't received the.
We had that with the little weapon. With the weapon, and then so it was like 60 days or like way overdue, and somebody said, and they had left positive feedback for a transformer gun, little transformer weapon, and they had left positive feedback saying they got it, and then like 60 days passed and they said, no big deal, but it was only $10, but we just never got it. And I was like, oh, I'm so sorry. I instantly refunded them even though we were way out of the return period. It was only $20. And then I, just because I wanted to be a completist on this thing, I called the USPS. They did something, and then like 3 days later the item showed up at their house, and that's after being like 60 days late. So I don't know what happens at the post
Morty
office.
the one is saying it's a PO box, so the person just like hasn't gone to it or something.
But as long as it gets to, if it gets to that end zip code, it doesn't like, so it's delivered once they get to the end zip code. If they go and leave a note on somebody's house, or you need to sign for something and it's at the post office and that person doesn't pick it up forever, it's delivered as far as they can't file a non-receipt because it's still there. At least that's our experience so far. Thank you.
Curious Collection was saying when listing photographs, there was a seller selecting every topic to get more clicks.
Yeah. No, that's not. That's not how it's supposed to work.
What's going on, fellow humans?
And I think that it's not. It's I mean, we know that's what broke search. So I think that's what they did. And again, bad news to leave it up to your users to design your item specific program. That was dumb.
When we had that little action figure gun that went missing, I went to like file a lost package, but
a lawsuit against the U.S. government.
But the USPS, the website, there's like a step before that. You have to have it search, have them look for the package.
The $20.
Look for
Lad
the package.
got my $20.
Huh?
Lad got my $20. He got the. Go ahead.
Yeah.
Do you want me to go?
Yep.
Nope. I'm not going. No, sir. You
Carl,
can't make me.
Carl, please tell us how
fine.
is everything with
Carl,
you?
how you doing? You can speak up, Carl.
I know. I can't hear you, Carl. I know that sales haven't been all that great for you, right? It just stinks.
Variant data, things without UPCs, ID codes, and on. These need to be handled completely differently than fixed data. Yeah, for sure. Okay, here's James is coming in with important information. James is having so many packages that are taking well over 2 weeks, which is way too long, and so many that seem to vanish. I'm expecting some negative feedback thanks to USPS. Okay, so you're having USPS do that. Our problem definitely with UPS, and we have a broken item and an item that is missing. It's not the broken item.
Oh, I don't know.
I think it was
just
the broken item.
What was the missing item?
The missing item is the broken item, I think, because we haven't used UPS too many times recently. But anyway, fail on using them to get a wooden shelf to San Francisco. It just didn't work.
Oh, Carl.
What happened?
17
What?
sales days in the last 30 days. Really, really sorry.
Wait, I don't understand. So is there something happening over in England right now?
I know. What is going on with eBay over there?
Do you have a sense of that? Is there something different than it is happening here? Because whatever's happening right here, right now, not everyone's experiencing it. But I think we've changed so many things from so many long-standing principles. We've just turned everything on its head. That might be why we're enjoying some success, because our actual type of merchandise hasn't changed, although we've definitely been following the green wave theory, where if we can get enough killer crap listed and get some velocity on that, get some velocity of sales, that really seems to work and carries from one day to the next.
Right, but it's, you know.
Well, Carl, we know Carl's just going to keep plugging away.
I know.
You know, just keep plugging away.
So, Carl, do you know many other people over there that use eBay, that are sellers on eBay? And if so, what are they experiencing right now?
In England, specifically, just is there something super weird going on over there?
Oh, they have. Are you going to read that?
No, I was reading James's 1 organic, 34 promoted sales out of his 35 sales.
And then look at Carl's comment. They have reduced promoted impressions and pushed all the daily allowance into supposed organic impressions, but they are irrelevant impressions to the search terms.
So are you saying they're turning organic impressions from the way they were doing it, which was that your promoted listings were going over into those wait, let me just read this. They have reduced promoted impressions and pushed all the daily allowance to supposed organic impressions, but they are irrelevant impressions to search term. So do you recall that? You remember the third spot over there? There was
20, 30, 10 is...
Yeah, the Biff Boffo thing, the 20, 70, 10.
Oh, 20, 70, 10.
In the 10 spot, that was our kind of weird impressions. Like, where were they? They were in, like, different little modules and stuff. Are you suggesting that that's no longer being used for promoted impressions, and now organic impressions are going into that wonky third category? I wonder if he's saying that.
Well, he's saying, I think, well, for one, he's saying that he does know a few other eBayers, and they are all suffering various levels of drops. And then he says, I think this has something to do with making the page views into Halo for promoted fees when they sell. Signal Fixer, eBay may be trying to aloha. eBay may be trying to discourage the reset by giving you more sales if you don't use it. We have not.
Maybe. That's a perfectly good suggestion. We used it for so long that if that existed, maybe we're getting benefit from that. I mean,
because we aren't doing the reset like we used to.
I do it on Friday morning now only.
Once a week.
Once a week.
All three stores. Okay.
Once a week. So maybe they, I don't know.
They've nerfed promoted, basically. Huskies was saying.
What I do think is very interesting, I just touched upon it earlier, and it was the first time I touched my brain with that information too, was that the media store 2 weeks ago was on fire, and then this week, nothing, crickets in it. But we have these 2 other stores which weren't like jamming when the media store was on, and now they are jamming. So like the media store went down, these other 2 stores went up, and then the other 2 stores went up, and the media store went down. Whatever, you know what I'm saying? Is it possible, if they don't have our accounts connected completely, because that other third store is on a separate phone number than the other 2 stores, if phone numbers is the only thing they're connecting, is it possible that we are experiencing both sides of this, of the lighthouse effect?
Doug was saying there are a few good videos out there that highlight the whole summer slowdown and how it may have applied to only certain categories, which is why some see a dip while others really see a huge drop.
Yeah, and we were very much set in our ways up until this year. And that's probably why we always had a summer slowdown. We never changed. We didn't. We just sold what we wanted to sell, and that was it.
What? Doug said they still have never done a reset.
Are you sincerely sincere,
Oh my
Doug?
gosh. Please do one. I
What
want to
the
know.
what?
I want to know how it works. Do one.
Dude, if you
I think
do
you
it,
guys
you're
are always
gonna-
a little nervous about it, right?
Well, you can do it a number of different ways. I mean, you could just do a couple hundred. You could do. I mean, are you nervous about actually performing the reset in that you might screw everything up and lose all your items? Just go slow. You won't have a problem with that. And then Freya, aloha. I guarantee when you do it, you'll be like, holy crap, we just got a bunch of sales. That will happen. Absolutely. So if you're just waiting, if you're scared about losing items, I get that. But you will, it will pay off if you do it. Just for a couple of days.
Um,
I'm missing one. That's why my glasses are extra annoying.
Dendicor does a
I'm missing
reset
one bumper.
every 10 days. So, right, and Carl is saying, why did you read Carl's? All I can say at the
I
moment.
can't even see right now.
All I can say at the moment is on the
Where am I?
on the advertising
Is that you?
dashboard, they have changed the wording for the organic promoted to just organic. And then he says, why would they show organic? Why would they show organic views on the advertising dashboard?
They always do that.
If they weren't promoted.
I know, because you can't, if you don't promote, you don't see any lines on that. So it doesn't show you your organic impressions. It doesn't show you your
Fred
promoted.
is doing a reset. I didn't do any resets for 3 days. Yesterday was no sale day. The day before was only one. My normal sales with the reset are 5 to 10.
Yes, reset is it does work, but as far as doing it every day, whether they did something specifically to make it not work, or whether they did something, like, I don't think they put like actual markings on each of our listings or anything like that, but I think they did a couple of little moves that made it less effective. But I find it to be very effective doing it once a week, and because our sales almost always come in on weekends, always just naturally have, from Friday night to Sunday night is 75% of our weekly sales, maybe a little less than that, I don't know. But generally speaking, that is the case. So it seems like a nice, like a proper flow. And that's all I have to say about it.
So Curious Collections, they're saying eBay is counting how many ended items you have per 90 days. I see ended count on the Android app, but not in the desktop. Interesting. And then Basket Noodle is talking with Dragu about UPS in the post office. I was reading how the post office had a 40.7% drop in priority mail, which everyone's now using Grand Advantage, but they're obviously losing a lot of money for that. If people aren't, well, no, they might actually be getting more money now because we use them way more often.
The guy that's ahead of that was that, remember that Trump appointee that got a lot of grief because of the whatever ballot stuff? I mean, that's important. It's USPS stuff. And then he's sort of like, I don't know, whether he just faded in the background and got busy. He's still there implementing the exact same changes he had designed back then. And they're doing them. And so far, I don't see, I mean, although some people have been seeing a little bit of slowdown and some losses, in general, the biggest thing that we've seen, the only thing that we've seen is you used to be able to ship anywhere in Vermont in one day. It would just be there in one day. Sometimes the same day, even. It could be. And now everything goes to Manchester, New Hampshire to go through some big machine, probably. But he said that he wasn't going to screw up all the Christmas this year, and they weren't going to put into effect really big changes until January. And at that time, he does have like a 10-year commitment to Congress to make the post office profitable. So prices are going to go up. But I think so far right now, we're sitting in the gravy. Things that used to cost $8.50 cost $5.
Patricia, so it was...
And media mail is going to be, I think, going to be totally gone.
The article said the USPS's priority mail service volume dropped by 40.7% for the quarter that
Express
ended.
or just regular?
Right, I know. It just says priority mail services.
Like maybe the whole.
So
the whole of it.
USPS sees steep drop in expedited shipping demand. That was the title of it.
Well, I think that priority could disappear and there wouldn't be an issue. I mean, priority could take a back seat, but priority express I think will still probably be strong.
That's like next day.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because people still need that service. And then priority, when you want to get it there in 2 to 3 days, they're going to have to slow down ground advantage because we have ground advantage packages, big ones that get from Vermont to California in 3 or 4 days.
Patricia,
They actually have to slow it down.
I read it on an website called Supply Chain Dive. That's where
DeJoy.
the article
This
is.
Postmaster DeJoy. It's like he takes the joy and then he DeJoys it.
The Mummy and
It's
the
not
Monkey.
Enjoy, it's DeJoy.
Aloha.
Mummy and the Monkey. You guys are scared. Where are our Halloween masks? I don't think these are exact. It's not exact. I'm sorry. We don't know. We have masks for every single person who comes in here. It's not exactly a mummy, but it is an old lady with a mustache and a monkey. So
Thank you so much
let's
for
hear
being
it for
here.
let's hear it for the mummy and the monkey. And somehow we have 2 masks.
A new viewer and a new subscriber.
Thank you
That's
so
awesome.
much.
I'm so happy that you're in the chat.
You're the mummy. I'm the monkey. That's also like BJ McKay and his best friend the bear. Ew, that smells like kind of like candy.
I mean, this sort of looks like a little dumpling on the back. And I think it's funny how he keeps saying this is a woman when I don't believe so. It has a mustache.
I guess it could be a turban, I guess. I mean, but what is the little...
I'm going to do a Google Lens.
Yeah, you Google Lens that. Let's get some answers around here. Can we just willy-nilly giving out important things? Freya does resets 200 a day, and Friday or Saturday I do a complete reset. That sounds right. That sounds good. For whatever reason, we definitely noticed when we stopped doing a reset for a month while we rebuilt all of our stuff, and then because we were listing so much, I think listing does have as almost. So if you relist, if you do a nuclear reset and list 20 solid items every day, I think you notice even a more substantial increase in velocity of sales. Anything yet? Do we make it?
It's just pulling
Google Lens is.
It's pulling up.
They got a bunch of squirrels over there. They got a bunch of monkeys over there.
Oh, it doesn't even like that angle. It's like freaking out. It's like, what have you done?
Here, give it to me, and I'll hold it,
wait.
and you take the lens.
Oh yeah, look, it couldn't even find anything.
There you
It's
go.
just a blank
Do it.
screen.
I got it right here. Look.
No, I sort of want the side.
Mint
Yeah,
condition.
here we go. Wait, the side.
Mint condition.
Okay, hold up. Now let's see.
He doesn't.
Oh,
It
I
smells
think-
like candy. It smells like little kids have been hot, sweaty face candy in here.
That's gross. I
Sounds
feel
like
like I
gross.
need a. No, it's not finding out.
Okay, sorry. We can't give you everything. We can't do it all over here. James says UPS is pricing themselves out of business. The big packages by their choice now, things like hoodies and jeans are cheaper with UPS. Well, UPS just released their new tier of ground saver tier, which is coming in almost always under. They're trying to price out USPS. In our state, dealing with USPS is by far the best deal. We have the best postman, the best little post office over here. It's just close enough to the big city to get you into the system, but far enough out where you're not standing in line with a million people constantly.
So there's one dude there that is
Angry.
a major chip on his shoulder. He made one woman cry
So angry.
when I was in there like a couple
I can imagine
weeks
how
ago.
annoying everybody is, though.
And then he was so short-tempered with a man
A
who's
90-year-old woman comes in and buys
whose
like one set
language was,
stamps
like
with
English
pennies.
was probably a second language. And
Oh, that lady was?
No,
different.
yesterday. And he accidentally hit that he had hazardous materials in the boxes he was shipping. And And the guy was so rude. I'm just like, dude.
Look at Major
the
Win
employee
has
was rude.
Major Win is so tired of crotch stains.
Oh.
Wait, who was it? Major Win saying
My
the pit stains,
God.
and I said the worst ones are when you buy blue jeans and they have like pit stains in the crotch. I hate that.
Major chip on the shoulder, reporting for duty.
Major
Seriously.
chip. Thank you.
Stay perky.
And I try to be like really nice when I go in there, but it doesn't really work. He knows I'm just sucking up to him. And then to top it all off, the line was
really?
backing
Yeah.
up like really bad the other day, and this woman, she's like, ugh. Oh my God. And I just thought, oh, lady, you have no idea what you're in for. And I was like, he's going to freak out on her. And she saw I had this bag filled with like 9 packages. And she's like, oh, no. And I was like, what? She goes, oh, I just need to pick up a letter. Can I go before you? And I said, well, my packages are all, pre-labeled. I just need him to scan them to get a receipt. But she's like, oh, okay. But her energy was so insane. And I just said, you know what, though? Why don't you can still just go right ahead with
Marv, hyper on 2.
me. And then she's like, it's so short-staffed here. Oh, my God. Everyone's so short-staffed.
I love it when the...
And I'm like, lady, you got to zip your mouth because you are irritating this guy. He's going to, like, explode.
It's totally...
Donnie, you're out of your element.
The lady comes in one day and is like, oh my gosh, I could redo the post office. You guys don't have enough people. And it's interesting. James said right here, my post office, the workers' parking lot used to have every space filled. Now barely half are filled daily. So probably cried to joy, the post master. I'm trying to think of something to do with de joy. Like it's because it's negative. Like enjoy. If his name was Enjoy, that would be positive. But his name is DeJoy. Najoy? Maljoy. Yeah, okay. So Postmaster Maljoy, they probably did lower the staff. I mean, I kind of have this feeling like he's
John!
actually the right guy for the job. I don't know.
We are well. Hope you are too. Yeah. Well, Denticor, that's just it. Like, I feel everyone is still saying nobody wants to work. Well, then how are they getting money? They are still working.
I know for a fact that we talked to our post office. We talked to our post office guy, and he's like,
I'm Mr. Meeseeks. Look at me.
He
that
says
just freaked me out.
he said that they are intentionally short staffed. Like they're working people hard and putting them away wet. So
Hey Fro's working the street corner making a local sale.
Nice.
eBay lost another sale.
I know. Hey, Froz, we've gotten this beast. Well, there's no control. We're riding the beast. We are on the back of the mechanical bull, and we have been doing it in the summer slowdown. Feeling pretty good. Like somehow we've mastered nothing, but it is very nice to have a feeling of we're working hard and it's paying off. That's all. That's all it is.
Yeah.
So, yeah, where is Josh and Jeered right now? We got to check in next time, ask about Jody, see how she's doing. She's got to be just hating it.
Who?
His wife, Joni.
Oh, I thought you said Jody.
I might have. Who knows what I say.
Joni.
Joni. Well, it's Chachi and Joni.
Joe's Rare Finds. Aloha. My job is doing the same thing. It's the way it goes. Yeah.
I never did work fast food, but I own my own restaurant, and I did not come from a restaurant background. I wanted to open a tiki bar with Hawaiian food. I did it. We did great. I learned very quickly that all of a sudden I was every position. The only position I did server as a backup server. Like I'd have the main server, and they had like Hawaiian dresses or shirts on, and I would back them up. But generally speaking, I had just worked all day. I was not really, anyway, it's a long story about how I learned that restaurants are terrible to own. but and work at.
Earlier, Axe Monkey was saying, I think that she
Unless you're good at it.
stopped doing promoted. I'm sorry. It was a while back. It was closer to the beginning, and I wanted to read it, and then we just...
Axe Monkey.
it was a while
Wait a
back.
minute.
What?
Axe Monkey is... Are you Cosmic Monkey? Axe Monkey?
Atomic?
Cosmic. Has Axe Monkey and Atomic Monkey ever been in the same place at the same time? Remember Cosmic Monkey used the same... I swear the same astronaut.
A cosmic monkey or atomic?
A Cosmic Monkey.
I don't remember that.
Who's Atomic Monkey?
Atomic?
Is that another third
No, we used to
monkey?
have atomic...
No, that was Cosmic.
Atomic monkey. Atomic...
Cosmic Monkey.
Stop.
But anyway, just out of curiosity, are you actually Cosmic, possibly Atomic Monkey? Did you just change the axe?
So Jeff was saying, yeah, still no consistency on eBay. Your sales will be good one week, and then the next day they suck.
Yeah, Jeff. But what we're doing is we're really super duper just listing new stuff all the time, just pulling crap out of. Knowing that the crap in our house has seen eBay or has been somehow circulating around eBay for a long time, and that all the crap out in the warehouse has not, we're going out there and pulling crap out of there and mixing it with our stuff from home. And however that's working, it is. But it does rely on the stuff that we're picking out. We found all these projection lenses from movie theaters. And people adapt these to their cameras, and that they're very hot sellers.
No, Axe Monkey has always just been Axe.
Okay, sorry. Just I swear that I remember I'm confusing the astronaut.
Signal Fixer, eBay sales are like a box of chocolates. You never know what you're going to get. Yeah. Jeff is saying eBay is like a Snicker bar and a giant e-commerce pool. So James was saying July 31st, something changed on my account.
It's a baby Ruth!
For the better, and have averaged $813 a day since.
Who dat?
I keep expecting it to
Who
end.
said that?
James.
Well, James is looking for he's trying to regain the glory of the $1,000 days. And it's interesting, James, that you can get that close and then not really, like, just get over the top. Almost like someone's got their foot on your head. And I like that little point that you pointed out the other day where your consistency almost makes it look like you have a limit. It's so consistent.
Oh, right. The graph is just like,
Yeah.
That's what you're talking about?
Yeah, our graph doesn't look like that. Our graph looks like the skeleton teeth, alligator teeth that Motorcycle Dork has, except for the fact that we have been working from 5 o'clock in the morning until whenever we pass out at 9 o'clock at night doing eBay like we were teenagers. Right, sweetie? We've been doing eBay like we've been teenagers.
Boy, every
You should hear the
afternoon-
loons.
Every afternoon, though, I hit a wall. And I'm like, I gotta
Norman.
take a nap.
Let's do some more eBay, Norman.
Hey, bro, don't touch it.
Did I ever tell you the story about Bill Murray up at Stowe? The year is 1994, 5, maybe, I don't know. And Bill Murray's up at Stowe. I'm working the gondola, or as we call it, the gondola. And it has like a roundhouse, and you help people into the gondola. And Bill Murray walks in. And so he went up the thing, came back down, came back into the roundhouse to get back on the gondola. My friend was going to ride up to the top to the restaurant to start working up there. I went back, sort of knew that he was coming back down. I made a couple things of cocoa, and I handed it to my friend who got into the same... He did it on purpose. Got into Bill Murray's gondola, and I handed them both a cocoa, and they got in and they rode up the gondola together, and he said it was an awesome conversation. So Bill comes back down around, and he hands me a tip, and I'm like, I see some cash. I'm like, yeah, baby, like my cocoa. Baby, make some good cocoa. Finally, when I unwrapped it, when no one else was looking, $400 for $100 bills. So Bill Murray's a nice guy.
I wonder how much money he was just carrying around with him.
I don't know. And he had everybody there had walkie-talkies, which you use just for the mountain purposes. And people were running around crazy. You could hear people, Bill's over here. Bill's over here. He's on the quad. He's up here. Blah, blah, blah. And then somebody says, don't let Bill over to his car. And then somebody went and put a baby Ruth under his windshield. And I don't know. There was like some people got in trouble for it. So I don't know if he liked it. And then we went and tracked him down and up at...
oh, well, they're like, oh, he's at the Stohoff or the blah, blah. Edelweiss or something. And we were trying to find him.
So, and then we did. And then we all made pancakes. That's how the story goes. Don't argue with my story. I'm the hero of our stories.
I have not seen Amy Nesbitt experience.
Amy
lately.
Nesbitt, where are you? Check in, Amy. Beep, 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 beep. Amy, is this you?
Amy, are you there?
Have you,
Report,
Gina?
Amy Nesbitt. Please report.
Yeah. I'm gonna have to reach out to her on Instagram. I hope things are fine.
Bill was known to go to Stowe. I guess in general, most people learn this about him. He's always sort of been that way. Wait, there she is. Thank you.
Oh, Amy, yay! Okay. So happy to see you. I've been thinking about you.
And Bill would go into Silver Hair is here too. Aloha. Bill would go, stay in Stowe for like a week and just go to just randomly walk into bars and chat with people and everything. That's how he was, and still is, I assume.
Yeah. Right. Did you read James's comment?
No.
He's not into meeting stars, but he would like to. Oh yeah. Okay.
Yeah, like for as one of the stars to bump into. So let's say you bumped into Brad Pitt. Would you be having a conversation with Brad Pitt? No, he's not going to be talking to you. Bill Murray's going to sit down, roll up his sleeves, and get busy. I'm chatting, hopefully. Nothing worse than that.
Amy, I'm so glad to see you. You're probably busy, so don't worry about.
Amy, how's Whatnot treating you? Any Whatnotting?
I was noticing you have a lot of followers on Whatnot. You've really done a good job building that up.
We're gonna go there, and we're also gonna get a lot of our higher end merch, including like these lenses that we're selling. I'm really feeling Etsy is positioning themselves to be the higher end, nicer, good place, and so I want to start treating them that way.
So Mike was saying international shipping sales is a pain in the butt. Wish eBay would allow the combined items. And Basket Noodle was talking about that on Monday.
Yeah.
How he had a buyer from Singapore that wanted stuff, and
it's a pain in the butt.
So he had to, exactly what you said, had to cancel and then create a listing with all the items. But he said that the customer ended up wanting even more at that point, so it sort of worked out. But they're still waiting for it to be.
Imagine
finalized.
how many times that happens, guys. How many times, as a seller, are we making these bogus? I mean, they're not really a listing. It's like a listing with 3 different items in it, and it's not a complete listing. It doesn't have maybe it doesn't always have descriptions and stuff. It just has pictures of the things.
Like your 3 dolls.
Yes, and is that screwing up the search at all? All these. Or is that the reason why a lot of items don't make it to Terapeak? There's a whole bunch of items that if you search one of our stores, you're not going to see all of our items that we sold. And usually it's higher priced electronic items. So
yeah, it's so weird.
I know they're doing that on purpose for some reason.
And
is it
why?
To control the price or the appearance of the price? Or is it something like AI is trying to get rid of these fake listings that we put up that have multiple listings in them, because that's the only workaround there is in certain circumstances? I just wonder. I do a lot of wondering, don't you? I wonder.
Well, Amy, I'm really sorry. She got discouraged by a bad review, and there's no way to remove it, so it's okay. She's taking a break to enjoy what's left of summer from
Amy.
Whatnot.
Sorry to hear that.
Yeah.
And by the way, they can go.
Crazy,
they can go F.
Well, they can. People just effing suck.
So,
I mean, she is so friendly and sweet on her shows, and for someone to do that, they can, yeah. I hope that they step on a brick that's loose in a patio, and underneath
Oh,
it
that's
is
so
a whole bunch of
gross.
sewage, and you step on it, and it goes spray.
She did that going to FedEx the other day. And there was a brick. I wish I had seen it to see if it was like floating up a little bit. Like, was it a little higher than the other bricks?
No, it wasn't. There was, I don't know. I'm walking.
She got fully Indiana
and
Jones.
it just went sprayed all over
and it
my
like went
legs.
up, and she got in, and she had just
and
like
I was like, "What just
poo gloops
happened?"
all over her. She was shocked.
And
she had PTSD for like a few minutes.
I'm like, "What happened?" And I stopped and I turned around and I was like, "Is there a brick that's like a little higher than all the other ones?" And I found it and I tapped on it and I could see all the stuff
juice coming
oozing,
out.
and I was like, "Oh hell no!"
If you stepped on the one next to it, you would have
no.
gotten a poison dart right out of the side
I
of
threw
the wall.
those pants away.
Yeah, we didn't non-ceremoniously, like New Order.
Floaters are a bad sign.
Yeah, floater bricks. Don't step on
Float or
those.
anything.
Den Decor is doing Joe's Rare Finds. Actually, sorry, Joe's Rare Finds said a redacted thing. But Den Decor does not ship with international shipping and does it all through pirate ship, which means you can do it that way. Mm-hmm. And I think probably the only reason that we stopped doing it was because global shipping came into fashion and it worked.
Well, when eBay was like, "We'll just cover everything for you if it doesn't make it, if they're not happy with it, you won't be out any money." And we're like, "That's worth it."
Lax says having that sticky brick is how Aliens started. With the sticky brick.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure that is true.
And then Major Win does bring up that thing, which is now in place, right? July 15th, we had all those new stupid rules in the EU where they want to know all the the minute details of like who made your thing
and the contacts for
designer.
the company that made it, and it's just stupid. But that's nothing to do with eBay. That's the EU. So
yeah, I'm not gonna do that. I'm opting out. Excuse me. Oh, excuse me.
Oh yeah. Josh is asking, are you, James, are you still doing offsite ads?
Yeah, James, what's your current advertising situation now? Are you doing anything offsite, or are you just utilizing eBay's promoted listings? And the way we're doing it, of course, with the media store, I think for media it's because it's such a saturated category that I think it's a really good idea to do some sort of promoted on that, whether it be 2.1. We're at 4.5 with a 1% slush fund. And 2 weeks ago it was working. Now, do I need to end sales? Because of one of the other things that we're doing to get things flowing is to have sales. And I was listening to, if you really want to get sales, I was listening to, and I don't know if we even finished it, not the locker room. What's the one with those nerds the two nerds that yell at the third nerd the whole time?
Trash to Cash.
Trash to Cash podcast. Where you have ADH Dave and American Arbitrage making fun of poor Commonwealth Kevin the whole time. Kevin Wealthy Picker. And they discussed their scheme for offers out. And I gotta say, I'm really shocked with the low ball offers sellers send out. And I mean, the minimum I ever sell out on this, and this is just for me. So right, like we're running a 30% off sale. I'm sending out 10% offers on that. So 40% off of my original asking price, which is probably a little high. And if it's not a sale, minimum 20%. I never send out an offer for less than 20%. I would say offers convert half the time.
So, Signal Fixer was just saying that international sales have increased lately. Just some information for the discussion.
What are you selling, Signal Fixer, that has increased?
Mike was saying that I used to get tons of Canadian sales, hardly none. We don't get as many international as we did before.
We're
our
cut off
EIS.
or something, I feel. James says, I promoted normal at 13%. Offsite ads are 10% a day.
$10 a day.
I'm sorry, $10 a day. And I have 4% right now on ROAS and have been promoting the store via a coupon, which has only turned into one sale so far. So you are doing 13%. And I'm not sure how I would add the $10 into that, but you're getting a 4% ROAS. That's a good thing. Let's see what we're getting on our secondary store that's doing really well right now.
Well, you're looking at that. Yeah, Doug was asking how many folks here use promoted advanced. We only do promoted listing standard, and Roe is adamant about not going the promoted advanced or promoted offsite ads. And then, so you got some info from James, and then Motorcycle Dark was saying, I have seen sales from offsite. I spent $200 last month on advanced clicks and sold 0. Ugh.
That's not working for you, that one, because I know you've spent a lot on those offsite ads.
James said that the 4% is just offsite. That 4% that he was saying.
Where is all that crap? Oh, in advertising. You have to go to this new advertising douche board. My ROAS, wow, I don't know what that means. ROAS is 47.62, and the campaign performance is ROAS 47.62. What's that? I mean, that sounds really good, but I don't know how they come up with that.
Return of, what is it, ROAS?
Return of the Mac. Return on ad spend.
Oh.
So if you're getting, so the way Kevin has an interesting way of putting it over there. No, Stoic Reseller. Kevin says it just sounds weird to me because it just sounds the way it sounds. It sounds weird, but I think about it and I'm like, no, he's actually right. This is sort of what's happening. He's saying my ad fees are $6.62. The sales were $315.26. I'm sorry, you know why? Because this is Junk Drawer Empire. This is 2.1% advertising. That's it, 2.1%. So that's why it's $47.62. Anyway, ad fees were $6.62. The sales were $315.26 of these advertised fees. So that makes $47.62. But that's most of our sales did not come through. Interesting. Most of the sales did not come through promoted listings. They were organic. See, these lines are organic, and the blue line's promoted listings. No, wait, what is this? I don't like this page. Impressions. I want to see sales. Okay, here we go. Yes. Okay, look at this. So the blue ones are promoted listings. They're still not. How is this sales? These are organic sales, and these are promoted offsite sales, and these are promoted listing sales. Gotcha. So as you can see, our organic are, it doesn't tell you the number. I'm getting bored and sleepy looking at this.
So, yeah, Doug was saying we only promote our standard at 5% consistently, but we may consider bumping that up. Axe Monkey says my selling costs are up to 52%.
Okay, I'll tell you what they are.
Which is why I shut off promoted despite a good return of ad spend.
That was another thing I was noticing was really super good. We're at 23.2% of our sales. Sales are up on this to 273%. Net sales are up 374%. This just is, we're just awesome. I mean,
what?
I guess we're just awesome. I don't know.
This is where we're selling the lenses.
Yeah, 23.2% selling costs, and we ship through here too. So we're just enjoying a bubble. We are a bubble in the sun right now.
Signal
Get ready to suck.
eBay is a pain in the ROAS.
Yeah, it is. It is. But I still like to see that because I haven't been looking at the numbers. The numbers, I looked at those for 6 months. They're nothing but a nightmare for me. I don't like
Ryan,
the numbers.
Isn't that 52% is wild? It
I
is
really
wild.
need to just use the force. That's how I operate best in life, is by not looking at all the things that everyone else is looking at and just trying to pretend I know what I'm doing and hope that I'm pretending exactly the right way. And it works a lot. You'd be surprised. I'm going to go look at our other good store. The media store is the one that's been down for the past 2 weeks. And I will look at that again. But let's see this other one, see if its ROAS is. Oh, we don't even advertise on our main store because we only put, that's the one that's been killing it, and we only put items in there that are immediately going to sell. So in 1 week, every single item has been looked at. Minimum of, there's only 20 items in this store. Each item has 84 views, 337. There's 1 0. Probably should move that out of there if it's not going to perform.
Oh, yeah.
7, 3, 8, 6, 36, 5, 21, 18, 15, 26, 1 and 1. But that's 6 days. In the olden days when we used to do resets or anything, I mean, you can go 6 months and some of your items wouldn't have any views at all. So I was trying to make this one store of items that would for sure get views like almost on a daily basis. And look, I can send offers on 2 items. I'm just going to take care of a little business right here. Thank you.
So Motorcycle Dork was saying to James that it also tells me I can boost my traffic up to 272.7%.
But you know that's a lie.
Upping my offsite spend to $30 per day.
Motorcycle Dork, the difference is between can and will. You know, it really is. If it said will, then yes. But they just mess with you. They say can. They use language just, on purpose.
Signal Fixer. We are having a lot of luck with these cinema lenses.
So if you guys just want the super lowdown on them, and these came from a 9 theater that went out.
A 9 screen.
And the guy owns multiple other theaters, so he could have kept these, but he's just wanted to sell everything. And so he sold all the speakers. Those sold for like 20 grand. But lenses, they look like this. So these are the hot ones. These Cole Morgan. And so they're meant for projection lenses. But what do they do with them now? They retrofit them for camera lenses. So I assume they turn the works around inside of here. Because a projection lens is the light goes in this side and comes out bigger on this side. Right? So then when you have a camera, the light goes in this side and then comes out bigger or smaller on this. I don't know how stuff works. I don't know anything. But I do know, I know how to make money sometimes. The Cole Morgan. These brass ones are hot. People like them.
They're more valuable than the Bosch and Loam.
And Bausch and Lomb seems to be like the very common one. These are still worth 50, 60, 70, $100, depending on the actual lens. But they're not highly cherished. And I think it might just be because they're brass. And they just look hella cool.
Yeah, Signal Fixer. We've sold, I think, almost all of the Cole Morgan ones now.
We've got a dozen left. But they're different. They want
they're not the
3-inch, 1.7 f-stop. That's it. Those are your numbers. So if you can find any Cole Morgan lenses at 3-inch or above at f-stop 1.7, they don't want 1.7. They don't want 1.9. Although I might get $200 for this if I list it the right way. This is a 1.9. Why we haven't sold it already. So I really want the 1.7.
And Axe Monkey was saying, I don't even trust the back office numbers anymore.
I don't either. Nope.
And
we got ROAS of 47. Does that do we win like an ROAS
Mike
ROAS
sold
award?
a smoke alarm.
Nice. That was from us because Flipping on Easy, you only get it if you like it within 24 hours. And since we're on Wednesday and their shows on Monday and Friday, we own your sale. No, you own your sale. but it's from us. You're welcome. That's all I'm saying. You're
Beard's
welcome.
been driving Miss Daisy.
You've been driving?
Tired now. Driving around is tiring for sure.
It is.
It
How's
knocks me right. I want to sleep.
I know. How is she just sitting around? I mean, I remember what I did. It was awful.
She doing okay?
I didn't like sitting down. I didn't like remember when I could first put my leg outside because it was kind of winter when I broke my leg, so just being warm enough.
He would roll up to this
to this open door
in the wheelchair and have his leg
in the
cantilever over the step down below.
I just needed to get some sun on my leg. I just remember feeling so trapped. Like I can't get away from my broken leg.
B Nudes. He's saying that his
Bean.
he's taking his lady to therapy. She has MS. Wow.
John, did he just make up that he's doing a members live only roundtable this afternoon? So he's taking credit for that sale. I'm sorry.
Did we? Aloha, Josh.
We'll never know.
My traffic views per item are 80% organic. My sales are 80% promoted.
Mm-hmm.
Why? Carl was saying stuff was not making sense.
Well, they've got
eBay Life, Carl.
the reality is the reality, and I think we all in this room know the reality of reselling. It's. I mean, it depends on what you're selling and how you're doing it, but everyone's busting their ass. Whether you're selling pallets or whether you're selling vintage stuff or clothing or whatever, everyone's got to bust their ass and ride this. If you're having good luck, you better ride it right now. If you're having bad luck, then figure it out.
Flag.
What up, 10
It's
Flag?
you that's familiar with Google Ads, right? Who is it that's familiar with Google Ads?
I know James was using it. But
Axe Monkey is asking, is anybody familiar with Google Ads?
B-Nudes knows a lot.
Right, because who the heck is it? They don't even do any promoting through eBay. They just do Google Ads. I'm
John,
sorry,
what
I can't
time-
remember who it was.
John, what time is your live? I'm going to watch that. I'm a member. What time's our members only panel?
Maybe not today.
Oh, maybe not today.
Doing a members only live roundtable this afternoon, evening. So I will take credit.
No, he's doing it. He's just saying maybe I don't get to take credit for the sale. today.
Oh, okay. Thank you.
Yes, but we'll keep looking for that.
Yes, and Doug was saying to Be Nudes, keep up the awesome support for your partner. That's so great to hear that you're providing such good support for your loved one. Yep. And Bearded too does that with Joni. But
Wait,
yeah,
what's Basket Noodle dealing with?
his lady, she has MS. He's taking her to therapy.
MS. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
There's been a lot of advancements. Hopefully those are, I mean, I hear that. I don't have it, so I don't know, but there's been a lot of advancements in cocktail medications. I don't know. I don't really know. I don't understand all the different group illnesses. I mean, yesterday I was so dumb. I was just asking, like, what in Alzheimer's how do you, I know that it's a disease that deteriorates things. So, but how do you die from it or whatever?
Oh, right. And Dendacor was mentioning again, talking with B Nudes, how he experimented with doing the hashtags. And
We talked about that. Don't talk about that anymore.
Oh, you did already?
We just did. I just talked about it.
Oh, I'm so sorry.
We still need poop and boobs.
I'm reading the comments and not listening.
Any
to
poop
you.
and boobs? Poop and boobs.
We talked about sort of poop when I said I stepped on that brick and it
Good.
was like sewage came up.
Check. Just naturally, you can't force boobs. You gotta, and that doesn't count. Just saying it. Let to see
Yeah.
if it comes in.
Mm-hmm.
Lots of advancement on MS. Still, her main MS med is $40,000 a year. Used to be over 70.
Oh my god.
Well, thank goodness for little things like $28,000 discount. I mean, how insane.
Yeah.
Motorcycle Dork's commenting on that.
On what?
Well, so they made up a fake thing called promoted listings. Then they have to slow our sales down, or somehow, well, how do you do it? You somehow have to adjust the traffic. Because if someone's paying for traffic and someone's not paying for traffic, they can't have the same traffic or someone's going to get mad. So they slow down the person that didn't pay them. It's the only solution. And then they realize that, no, people don't really want to pay for what they got for free. It doesn't turn out to be actually work that well. You can get a certain percentage of the population just to pay, and they don't even get anything for it. So that's what they tried to promote at first. Let's just get people to pay, and it doesn't do anything. Then people start to make a whole bunch of YouTube videos, and they're like, well, we're not going to get away with this forever. We better start making it actually do something before somebody starts looking into it, like Patricia, and sees that we're full of crap and that we really give nothing for this money.
Or HeyFro has talked about it so much too.
HeyFro.
Like,
I was just using Patricia as a example, a representative of all of us who want to ring that bell, so to speak. So then they announce on Q2 or whatever, one of the Qs, that, oh my gosh, this is the best money-making thing ever. It's great. We just gouge people and we don't even give them anything for it. And we don't need new sellers. We don't need new buyers. We just need to gouge the old sellers. And then they realize that while that worked for 1 or 2 quarters, it's not going to work forever. And that reality bites. So then what do? Then they start messing with the actual levers of the bullshit so they can get more money out of you for promoted listing sales by saying 80% of your traffic is organic, but 80% of your sales are promoted listings, using that halo bull crap. And then
Patricia,
then we all cry.
We're just saying
like Patricia.
Questioning the promoted listings.
All the promoted listing bullcrap over the time. And I was just sort of like trying to sum up how it all works, and that it's such a racket and such a scam that they have to think of new ways to make it appeal enough to get those numbers up on their reports. And at this point, it's all about report numbers. It's really not about effectiveness. Am I right? I kind of just made that up, but I think that's what happened over the last 8 months.
Yeah, well, we were saying
There's nobody like Patricia.
we were saying HeyFro has brought it up a lot. Like, what are we really paying for with promoted listings?
Nothing.
They don't tell us.
Nothing really.
And as Nash TV said, you're paying for your item to be less invisible. So it's still pretty much invisible.
But, that is just word loaf. They do a lot of word loaf. And they're just using words that sound like they might make sense, but really the proof is in the. Remember we're talking about pudding? Pudding, $6.29. That is too damn expensive. By the way, go check out how much Cozy Shack pudding is now.
And Josh was saying to Mike, because Mike was earlier saying how I used to have Canadian sales and I don't anymore, and Josh was saying, and that's because most Canadians stopped buying from eBay because they would have to pay import fees and taxes to eBay.
Canadian dollar is worth like one millionth of an American dollar now. So I think that's probably why you're not getting Canadian sales from U.S. sellers.
And then I was also reading that Canada is now charging advertising fees to Google and stuff, which Google will then be passing it on to their customers. So, and I was wondering, I don't see how that could really affect individual people on eBay, but I wonder if somehow it's a tax that they're now charging.
Hey, Augusto says, has anybody else noticed that the general campaign now says 25% more sales and no longer 25% more clicks? I'll go look at that right now.
Ooh, interesting.
And they are always tweaking their message.
Wording.
Yeah, totally. As soon as somebody catches on to it, because I guess they kind of, are we the only people who are seeing this? Normal people who aren't obsessed with eBay the way we are. Do they even notice this stuff? Do they just?
But they went from a conservative way of describing it to now they're saying more sales, like clicks, sure, but
I would
they
take
don't
sales.
necessarily lead to sales. But now they're saying 25% more sales.
I'm trying to see.
Interesting.
See if I can find where it says that. Create new campaign, maybe? Promoted listing. Let's see.
And MD Motorcycle Jerk was saying that whoever is the person in charge of
it
EIS,
does.
they are no longer letting Canadian buyers buy physically large items because he used to sell a
Dude,
ton.
A. Augusto. Ours says down here, general pay for sales to get access to ad placements with standard controls. 30% more sales. You're getting ripped off.
Sellers promoting with the priority strategy saw 50% more sales on average
Well,
than
that's this one, priority.
than non-promoted items. And
priority.
sellers promoting with the general strategy
General.
saw 30% more sales on average between January 2024 and March 2024. So that's the only data they have.
Yeah. Or as I say,
What about-
data.
What about the other months?
You say the data, I say the data. So
Yeah, is that a guarantee?
that's weird. That's
no
weird.
kidding. I know. It's weird that they're actually saying that.
yeah, they definitely changed it from clicks to sales. I mean, still, they don't have to give you anything for it. It's still just a fantasy number. But, maybe there's something to it. But what I'd like to know is why you only get, yes, exactly, Augusta, you want your 5%. Why am I going to get an extra, 5% than you? Maybe that's part of their racket. Maybe I'm higher on the green wave.
How did
list
they
right now.
establish love? Patricia was saying, wait, what was it?
Let's see. Hold on. Oh, here. How did it jump over here like that?
Bearded normal people? Are there any normal people still alive?
No, there's not.
I really don't think, yeah.
There's a little tiny group in northeastern New Mexico. But they're not normal. They're high on peyote all the time. Let's see.
Oh, so Josh was saying something about love, was it? Oh,
Yeah, I'm trying to
eBay.
find
Oh,
that.
Jamie Ione said that eBay sellers love the
Oh, yeah,
promoted listings product and that
80%.
and that eBay has sold it to sellers on over 1 billion site listings.
Now, the hyperbole on this just sounds so familiar for some reason. People love their hyperbole lately.
Love.
Love that hyperbole.
And Doug's like, yeah, more like exasperated is the word I would use instead of love in this context.
Mike Love, definitely Mike. See, Josh Galt said that. And now I'm connecting Mike with Love. Mike Love, Beach Boys, Jesse, Uncle Jesse. Now we're going to the Dukes of Hazzard. I don't know.
Yeah, so Den Decor was
Sometimes
just
it's not a good ending.
saying to Major Win, before I go, I did a nuke reset on my 3,500 listings, and my traffic today has already surpassed yesterday's traffic. So, MW, try it.
Yeah. One way to definitely, I just can't look at my numbers. I can't bring myself to do it.
Patricia's saying I get reset page views, but they don't convert.
Yeah, that's why. I really am to the point where all that matters is the money in the pocket. It's like if I don't have a page view, I don't care. Because I just want the money. And I still wish I could just give somebody a straight answer on what very much we did over the past few weeks to get this thing happening. And it's sort of the same thing we did back in May, and then we slacked a little bit, and then we turned it back up, and that was just this young person's zeal for business. Like, we were just killing it. We're just working really hard, and I don't like that that's the answer. That's not the answer I want to give. I want the answer to be that we worked really hard for a really long time, and now we can just sit back and count those dollars. Go to Costco.
I just want more energy. No matter
We
how
can, I
much
keep
coffee
telling you, we
drink.
can we can start being, we can go cocaine addicts. And stuff. We can do that. We're free, man. It's a free society. Go get some of that cocaine juice.
Oh, Motorcycle Dork, thank you. That's what I wanted to say. And Motorcycle Dork is bringing it up, which, hey, Fro, Jeff would mention this all the time. If everyone pays, then who gets the preferred placement?
It can't work.
No,
it's actually a fake theory
Thank you
to begin
for
with.
bringing that up.
It is a fake theory to begin with, because if everybody pays, how does it work? So the only thing that makes back to like 8 months ago, we're in the exact same spot. The only thing that makes sense is that they slow you down if you don't pay. That's the only thing that makes sense, right? Am I right? Please tell me I'm right. Thank you. Please send a self-addressed stamped envelope to "You're right."
Well, on I don't know, it's either Liz's page or Ina's page. There's a whole article about
Everybody should be reading both of them, so we won't direct you to one of them.
Some eBay employee was giving info on how to increase your sales when sales are slow, and promote and all this same old bull crap.
But I don't think promoting. I think promoting is one of these things where it's a binary. Turn it on. Do 2.1%.
Yeah,
so
they were
whether you
saying-
do 13% or 2.1%, you're getting in on the advance. You're getting in on those different placements of promoted listing ads at 2%. If you're listing it super duper, like James has this, basically a assembly line kind of business, and he knows exactly where that 13% is driving that velocity, which drives everything. So he knows where all those pieces need to be to get what he needs out of his business, and that's about as moving as many pieces as possible. So in our business, it's not about that. It's moving higher priced items as quickly as possible, but just making sure that probably most of the things we sell on our first store, they don't need to be promoted because people are looking for them. Second store, they might not be looking for everything. Media store, people are looking for the items in our store, but not our particular ones.
And
And
John was saying, well, if everyone pays, then they'll take into account your account health, your prices, your photos, the listing quality. Those will all come into play. I guess your rating as a seller,
I would think it as a top-rated seller who pays, then I should be at the top.
And Patricia,
Top rated.
every time she says I have a big sale, they slow me down. Every time.
Ain't nothing gonna break your pride, your stride.
What was
Ain't nothing gonna slow
60%
down.
of the time it works every time.
Got to keep on moving. I know that. I know that also listing is part of the equation. You know how you go back to what's his name? Chris Lynn and Tatum O'Neal over there, Tech and Sports. If you're not listing good items every day, I don't know. I don't like anything I'm saying. I just sound like a guru alert.
Well, it's time to go. We have stuff to package.
I have to package so many annoying things today, and I'm angry that we have great sales. Thank you.
Yeah, I've heard that quote before too.
Wow.
100% of the
It's the cologne. It's the cougar cologne.
like he says 100% of the
It
time.
works 60% of the time.
60% of the
Every
time,
time.
I'm 100% right.
No. I'm 70%
100%
right
time.
100% of the time.
However you were saying it was backward.
That's it. I'm 70% right 100% of the time.
Yeah, I totally need a package a nap.
You need a package a nap. You do. And don't fool yourself. That's what's going to happen as soon as this camera goes off. I'm going to sit here sweating my ass off packaging monitors, and she's going to be like, "Oh, I'm going to walk around this wall where you can't see me," and then I'm going to hear snoring. That's what's going to happen. Okay, guys. I guess we gotta go. Oh, John says, well, eBay won't always come out and say it. They leave us breadcrumbs as to. Yes, they do. They do.
As to what they want.
They do. When you go to put up a sale, there's a 30% in that box. You know, you kind of don't want to put a sale for 30%, but that's their default. Try it. Make sales.
And John always likes to remind everyone about the listing quality report, where it's very valuable. And
I mean, it
that
kind
tells
of.
us really what eBay
It's
is
really not
expecting
even
from us.
It's not even breadcrumbs. It's basically saying people who are better than you, have one more picture than you, have a couple more item specifics. Like they kind of almost print you out a little tiny roadmap. It's like going to AAA when you're going on a road trip around America and they give you all the different maps. You still have to read them yourself, but they gave them to you. So I guess that's what we'll end today on that note. And letting everybody know that from where we stand after having a lot of ups and downs over the past year, it still seems possible for your dreams to come true at Disneyland and eBay. And if you keep trying, I mean, eventually you're gonna come across a couple things that work. And I know there's people out there really, really struggling and suffering right now, and we just love you guys. And
It's
to those of you who are doing well, we also love you.
right. Yeah, and I know that some of our regulars are really, really having a hard time. So we love you and care about you.
And so tonight, if you're a member of our channel, go check out our awesome 1.5 hour live outside where we had some wine and just talked for an hour and a half. And then apparently, if you're a member over at Flippin' Ain't Easy, John's gonna put out a seller roundtable, which sounds very interesting for members. I'm gonna be there checking that out. So
And Basket Noodle told
Yes.
a sweet story
yeah,
too.
let's read it before we go. We'll say that here. I'm gonna put on a little going music. Do you know where the story is? Where's
Well,
it
go
start?
up a hair. Go It's talking about his lady. Okay, stop.
She went to college, aced microbiology, which makes programming look like chump change.
And then now she'd have problem composing a letter to the governor.
Aw.
And then keep going down, and then down.
Down, down, down. Blue night's going down.
And then, okay, stop. She's a very cool lady. We met at a funeral. She sensed me. See, brain damage to her cognition and rewiring changed much. And then, moment she touched my arm, every hair on me stood up, and I was speechless. Literally.
Isn't that great? I remember feeling that way about you.
I feel that way about Pokey.
Touch my arm. Let's see. Just touch my arm.
Yeah, you're speechless. Yeah, that's.
I didn't talk for like 2 seconds.
That's never gonna happen.
I didn't talk for like 2 seconds.
And then
I'm happy for you guys, and that's great that you're taking care of her and she's taking care of you.
that's what people that love each other do. You take care of each other.
I don't want to miss anybody's comments.
And then Jovial said that was such a sweet story. Thank you for sharing. And B News says we became one the old way, binding of the cloth on wrist before God. Only way to really do so according to her. Bound forever this life and the next.
Yes, marriage is a precious thing to have for people if you like it. It's pretty precious.
Oh yeah, and Major Win is saying that yesterday was very emotional during our clothing pickup, a very sad case. You all are making us feel the feels this week.
Well, there's definitely some swirlies happening in the background that are whatever, not ideal, but I we all carry on, and thank you guys for helping us through. I know a lot of other people who are on YouTube feel the same way about having people there, because I mean this is therapy for us as much as it is for everyone in the chat. Basically, just sitting here just talking while you guys have a chat. That's basically what's happening here. So, do I have anything else to say? I feel like I have a little tear right here because I'm all.
No, I know. I was
all
like, oh my
extra.
God, I can't talk because I will
I'm
cry.
all extra'd up. So, don't cry. Go see Flippin' Ain't Easy tonight. You can see him at the thing. Go be a member. Flipping Ain't Easy, and let's see what he's got up his sleeve for tonight. And to everybody else who has joined us, including Major Win and Jovial Juggler and Ryan and Basket
Everyone.
Noodle and Flippin' Ain't Easy and Carla, James and Mike Ernest and Basket Noodle, if I remember you, of course.
John, Patricia, Motorcycle Dork.
Hey Frogs was here. Marty the one.
Lag.
Say Jen Decor, motorcycle. Yeah. Okay.
Josh, Bearded.
Bearded is here. Hey Augusto. Etc. Texas Panda, Carl,
and Amy,
and the rest of you.
everyone, and Ladybug. We don't see you anywhere, but if you're around, mwah, mwah. Thank you, everyone.
Now
Aloha.
I gotta think of a
Poo-poo platter.
thing for the end.
And on that note,
Aloha.
Axe Monkey. Yes,
Axe Monkey.
Axe Monkey.
Love you guys. Have a great
Carla,
day.
okay,
See you
aloha.
on. See you
Cornhusker.
on.
Mwah, mwah, mwah.
See you soon. Bye.